Hey, coin folk, welcome back. Got our couple boxes for the week. Didn't run into any customer wraps this week, but we did stop at a bank that had a few coins for us. Walked in, there was three different tellers. Never been to this bank before. The first one had one 50-cent piece. The second one had one 50-cent piece. And if your ears are well trained, you might already hear it in the background. The third one had two. And one of them being this shiny boy right here. Look at that. Our first little teller score. Can't be mad at that. The 1964 Philly. Pretty darn good shape for just picking up at the bank for 50 cents. So we will gladly take that. It is more silver than we found in weeks. So let's go. Maybe that'll be all the luck we needed. Let's switch up these boxes a little bit. So let's pop them open and find out. Guess I'm to get over here and grab my little box cutter. See what we shall see. First box here. Looking like the usual. Bunch of circulated. I don't hardly see but a couple newer enders. No silver enders. But doesn't mean it can't be hiding in there somewhere. And next box here. More of the same. Bunch of circulated. I don't think I see one newer ender. Doesn't look like it. So, at least got some old coins to look at. So let's go see what might be inside. I'll be back, folks. Let's go. Well, it's far from a sure thing, but we have a maybe 40 ender here. I don't know. I'm undecided. My silver eyes haven't been getting enough practice, but take a look at it together. I did have a couple light rolls. Nothing super heavy. I'm wondering if maybe they switched up and using just a little less wrapper maybe. We shall see. And it doesn't look good. Oh well, we tried. Bummer. What was it? 89, not even close. Oh well, let's jump in, see what we get. I did have a couple light rolls. I think I put them at the front of the second box. We might open those up live. I wonder if maybe we might have a magic coin or maybe something foreign or something goofy stuck in them. They're like, I don't know, the one's barely over 224 grams, so we'll see though. All right, folks, let's jump in and see what we get. Well, so far a little slow, but we're on roll 7 here. We got our first NIFC out of the box, the 2006 out of Philly. Not in terrible shape, so we'll take it. Not what we're looking for though, but I'm gonna keep on going and see what we run into. So I'll be back. On roll 12 of box 1 here, we've got a 71 Philly under the scope with a pretty cool little strike through. It looks like it was a rim burr that was struck through, not struck in though. So you got a nice little valley there kind of running across. This isn't actually damage here. This is kind of where that rim burr was folded up a little bit. That's kind of cool looking. Not sure how well we could show it, but you can see a little bit of a copper color there on the edge. So that burr probably had some copper to it. Wish it would have been struck in. They look kind of cool when they get struck in, especially when they got some color to it, but we'll take it. It's in pretty decent shape too for 71. So at least we had something to look at in this box. It's a little better than last week so far, so we're going to keep on rolling and see what else we might come across. So let's go. Oh, we wrapped up the first half of box 1 here. We had one more NIFC along the way. 2020 out of Denver. Last year, I guess, official NIFCs. But still got a half box to go. At least we found a little bit of something on this one. So hopefully we're just heating up in the right direction. And we'll keep going and see how it gets. I'll be back. On our last roll of box 1 here, we got a 71 Denver under the scope. Nice little DDO on it. See a pretty decent spread throughout Liberty. Shows up a little bit better on the motto. See kind of real extra kind of thickness here in the B. Shows up pretty good on the E here. Both the top and the bottom serif there. It's kind of where I was looking the most to kind of distinguish between the DDOs. At least on the few that I was considering this one under. A little spread there on the T as well. Shows up pretty good. And then down here on the motto, you can kind of see the top and bottom of the I there. Kind of the end's a little tougher to see. You can see a nice little split there on both the top and the bottom of the G. Some extra thickness there throughout the O and the D, and then on this side it shows up pretty darn good, especially on trust here. You can kind of see doubling all over. It almost looks tripled in there in some spots, but pretty cool little DDO. Glad to take that. Haven't had a nice legit DDO to look at in a minute, so unfortunately there is a little bit of a scratch kind of right by God in through his neck there, but besides that it's in overall pretty good shape, especially for a 71. Been floating around out there for a long time, so gladly take it. While we're here, we've had 2 more NIFCs in the second half of the box here. 2007, 2011 out of Denver, and the 2007 is the satin finish, so it's a nice little extra bonus find there, so we'll take that. Got just a few more coins here out of this roll to go through, so unless there's anything crazy in there, I will see you on box number 2. Alright, so we're about to get started on box 2 here, and I almost forgot. I said earlier we'd look at some of this light roll action to see why it's so light. This one was the lightest. I figured we'd just open it up and see what we got in there. Just a little over 224 grams. Pretty light for a roll, but I don't know. Maybe the batteries are just going dead on my scale. I don't know. Could be absolutely nothing, and it looks like it is, at least on the surface. See if we hear anything different in there. I don't think so. It always sounds a little different down towards the end, but don't think we got anything goofy in there. If I do find something, I'll bring you in, but for now, let's go. So we did a little quick weigh-in, and we had all these that were a little light out of that roll. Supposed to be 11.3 grams. All these were in 11.1 something. So that'll lighten up the roll a little bit. But this guy was very light. I don't really necessarily know why. Guess just rolled thin. It's barely 10 or just under 10.5 grams. It is really weak, kind of on the top side here, the strike on it. So I don't know if it doesn't really look like it's tapered. Maybe just a bit. I don't know. But there's really nothing else that I could think of that it would be struck on. It's definitely thicker than a quarter, so it's not like it's struck on quarter stock. I don't know. Just rolled thin, I guess. Definitely not a magic coin. Nothing like that. Just a super light Blanchard. I don't know. Interesting, but not exactly the kind of interesting we're looking for, so let's keep moving. We made it to roll 15 before we found our first little bit of something besides that light Blanchard that we had there earlier. 2019 Philly, first NIFC out of the box. as usual, just bring you in for the first one, and I'll recap some others we find if we find any at the end, or hopefully not at the end. Hopefully we got some before then, but I don't know. Let's go find out. Well, halfway through box 2 here, and nothing much else to report other than we're halfway through the box, and we got this half to go. So hopefully this half will be a little better than this half, but let's go find out. So second half of the box has been pretty slow. We got a crazy ugly NIFC, and we're on roll, well, geez, math, 42 right now. Oh, we finally got something cool. Don't ask me how this thing circulated for so long. We got a 93 Philly with a double clip. Obviously the one clip's real easy to see, and then you got a real shallow clip up here in between the I and the B of Liberty. So pretty cool find. My first double clip I've ever found out of a roll, and this clip over by the Y is easily the largest clip I've found, so pretty cool. Wasn't sure at first if this was a clip or Blakesley, but you could kind of see, where am I getting lost out now? Kind of see how the edge flips over here. How the gray's kind of on one side, then right at the clip flips to the other side. That's how I've always been taught to kind of identify a true clip or just damage. So, but very cool. Gladly take that. A few more rolls to go, so even if we don't find some silver, I think we found something. Whoa, almost dropped it. Even a little bit cooler. So, gladly take it and keep on moving. And we'll be back here shortly. Oh, we wrapped up box 2 here without too much more additional excitement. So we ended up with, I think, 6 NIFCs. One pretty ugly one and one satin finish. We had a pair of 71s here. We had the 71 Philly with the struck through the, can't think of the, rim burr, that's it. Couldn't think of the word for a minute. Or words, I guess. Then we had our one DDO on the 71D. Not a cherry pickers variety, but still a nice one. And the 2 finds of the hunt, as far as I'm concerned. Well, I guess this one technically wasn't in the hunt, but it's face value silver, so we'll take it. We had the nice 93 with a double clip on it. Focus. Pretty cool little find there. And we had our one little piece of silver that we got. Like I said, got it from a bank teller at face value, so we'll take it and we'll throw it in the mug. The mug's been hungry, so we needed a little bit to fill it up, but we'll see. Maybe next week, who knows? But this guy, I like it. Pretty sweet find. Just wish it wasn't so beat up. I still don't understand how it floated around for so long, but she did. Still a cool find. But that's it on this one, folks. I think next might be my first PCGS submission that we got back. So we'll see. Whatever it is, I'll see you over there, folks. Peace.